Turning to weather now, Sara Knox joins us once again on a pretty nice night in Rochester and beyond. And if you were on 2nd Street today, I think it was early this afternoon, our Evan Berg may have been scooting by on a scooter with his camera bag and all his gear because he was going down to Mayo Clinic. There's all that construction.
Yes.
And he parked far away and he had to get to his shoot. And he said, I just hopped on the scooter with all my gear. And I'm sure a few people were laughing as he was all packed on the scooter.
Fantastic. What a good idea. I wish sometimes there was one right next to me when I had to do that, grab all the stuff. That was awesome. Way to go, Evan. Way to go. And speaking of Rochester, we can take a look at the Plummer Building right now. You see that teal and purple color. And I told Cammie I was going to try to say this, so it's National Cytomegalovirus Awareness Month. And that is why the Plummer Building is dressed in that teal and purple color, if you were curious, just as we were. And Rochester, nice and calm, not much going on, but then I'm going to swing it over to Austin, where we can see roadways are wet, rooftops are wet. We get those big flashes because, yes, there's some moisture in the air. A little bit of rain to be seen. We'll get to that in just a moment, but first I did want to share how warm we got today. Only one of us making it to the 80s, La Crosse 81, the rest of us very, very close. Rochester, Austin, Charles City, Winona, all heading 79, same with Albert Lee and Austin. But the temperatures have, of course, changed. We lost the sunshine, we have the clouds that moved in, now we have the rainfall. We're sitting at 69 in Rochester, not too shabby, very nice. 61 in Albert Lee, Mason City, Forest City, so a bit of a difference because that's where we're seeing a little more of the rainfall currently. And it looks very busy, and yes, it is. We are talking scattered showers, but when it comes to some of this light green color, if you've been watching us for a little bit, you know that means that a lot of that picking up on some moisture, just not quite hitting the ground. So we pay attention to some of the darker greens and the yellows, and I'll have to move the camera up a little bit further to the north here later on, but we can see Albert Lee, Austin now getting hit with some more of that moderate rainfall, the yellows, the oranges, the darker greens, more light rain. Point is, we're seeing showers. Not all of us, but most of us at this point in time, and will continue to do so as we head into our Friday and even into the weekend. Off and on showers is how a lot of this will end up. And that's really how it shows it as we go into our Friday. So we're now starting off our Friday morning, temperatures near that 60-degree mark. That's not too bad, but it's the reason being is because we have moisture in the air. It'll help keep things a tad bit warmer during those morning hours. The rain chances linger through the morning commute, and then we might even see the sunshine a little bit as we pop into the afternoons. Very on and off, spotty showers, really mainly during the morning hours. By the evening, mostly cloudy skies, but then the chances for rain return once again. It's just a very unsettled pattern, the best way to describe it. So I'm moving into around 6 a.m. here for our Friday. We can see really no real shape to all of this rainfall. Very spring-like, really just likes to throw curveballs at us. By the time we get into the lunch hour, we start to see those green dots flash around. A lot of that picking up on some cloud convection, and eventually starting to make some small areas of rainfall, maybe even a flash of lightning, rumble of thunder. That's around 5 p.m. Now, how much rain can we expect? Well, this is just over the next 36 hours. No washouts are expected during that time. Like I said, we're not done. Rain chances return as we head into our Saturday afternoon, evening, into the overnight with a cold front that also cools us down as we kick off the new work week. Cammie.